You're listening to episode number 9 of the Unknown Games Podcast. What's up, everyone? It's a great show. I mean, you're going to love it. I promise 100%. We have the best games of the decade. We're talking, yes, 10 years worth of games, all in 1 hour. I mean, you know, it's we can't all agree. Let's just say there's some picks that we got the list from Polygon.com, and there's some things we don't agree on, but you never know. And yeah, that's right. We don't stop playing Apex. Ain't no one stopping that Apex train. We talk more duos. Alex talks more Persona 5 Royale, and I talk a little bit of Soma. Plus, we have McDonald's for you. We bring the goods. Yeah, Japanese McDonald's does not disappoint. So we go in, not in depth, but we do talk a little bit about that. And finally, yeah, your girl, Miss Thick Ryza. We talk a little about about that DLC that she got coming up. So follow us at UGP_cast on Twitter. And yeah, leave a like, leave a message on our Twitter, on our Anchor page, because we want to hear from you. Episode number 10 is special, and we want you to be a part of it. So please leave a message on our Anchor page. Thank you all for your support, as always, for the streamers, for the lovers, everyone who's just always, I don't know, listening to the podcast. We're so grateful and humble for you. Without any further ado, enjoy the show, everyone. Welcome to episode number 9 of the Unknown Games Podcast, a show where we talk about video games, all the best games, more games, sometimes anime, and if you're lucky, we'll even talk about some chicken nuggets from McDonald's here in Japan. That's what we do. My name's Adrian, and we're glad to have you. I think we got another person in the chat here.
What's up?
Not the chat.
Yeah, in general. Well, I've been here the last couple of weeks, haven't left, so don't worry about that. I'm Alex. You can call me that or whatever you want. I don't care. Go for it.
Yeah, if I call you that, it's just kind of like, hi, that. What have you been doing? That. That's so weird.
Well, if that's what you prefer, I'm not going to stop you.
All right, I'll just stick to Alex because that's your given name,
sure.
Alex.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, there we go. It's been a great. I mean, hey, we've had a couple of. We're almost to episode 10, which is, you know, it's a pretty good effort. You know, we've been doing this week after week after week. We haven't stopped.
What are you planning? A lot of fun. What are you planning for the 10 episode anniversary?
We're gonna give out $10,000.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's the surprise, everyone. We're actually funded by a secret organization out in the Bahamas.
Right.
No one believed that because as you should. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. What should we do? We're still waiting on a voice message.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll leave a bunch myself, but I'll try to just change my voice. But I'll do a really bad job at it, so you can tell that it's me.
It's the thought that counts.
But we would. You guys are so sexy.
Well, we're hoping. You know, I just put up a tweet saying that we're taking voice messages that you can find on our Anchor page. I believe it's just like anchor.fm/UGPcast/message. I have memorized that for some reason, but we'd love to hear from you all. We're super happy to hear that you're listening to us. We just want to hear your voices. That's all.
For sure.
Love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, without any further ado, I guess, you know, like I said, we talk about games, and this week we've been playing a couple of different games, I assume. I mean, I've played the same as I played last week, but I don't know. How about you, Alex?
No, same as last week. I mentioned that I was playing Persona 5 Royal, and that hasn't changed. I've been playing that as much as I can whenever I have some free time.
How are you? How
am I enjoying it? No, it's really good. It's Persona 5. So I just finished the first palace, which is basically the dungeon in the story. Today, actually, just a couple hours ago.
Nice.
And it's how I remember it mostly, but they do add very, very small changes that add up over the course of a 100-hour game to just a bunch of changes.
Is that just like in terms of rewards in the dungeon, or like enemies?
The dungeons are a tiny bit different. You do have new personas. They added, I believe so. Unless my memory is really bad, which is possible, but they usually do add new personas in the updated version. So for Persona 3 Fez and for Persona 4 Golden, they added new personas.
Okay.
So, it should be new personas and just a little bit, like tiny new features. So like, for example, in the boss fight for the first palace, in the original game, there was a part where you had to like defend from an attack. You would just guard basically, right?
Right.
Yeah, to not die. And that's still in Royal, but they just changed up like the attack essentially. I don't really want to say what it is.
Like spoil it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense, but it's changed, so that's cool. I think that means that people coming back can enjoy it differently, or
so it's just like
notice the changes.
Yeah, so that's like it's a cool change. The palace is a little different, so they added. I don't know how to translate this into English. The game's not out yet in English, but they added.
That's right. You're playing the Japanese version. That's
right. So they added a thing to every palace called ishi, which it's in katakana. So I think it means like will, right?
Will? Okay.
Like the will of a human, right?
Yeah.
So they added these new things called ishi into a palace, and there's 3 in every palace. They just look like glowing skulls or whatever.
Sounds friendly.
If you can find all 3 of them, they like fuse and they turn into an accessory that you can equip onto one of your characters, and you get a pretty good benefit out of it. So those weren't in the original game, and they just added these ishi into the new palaces for Royal.
That sounds really like I know like when I was playing Persona 3, I'm pretty sure they still have a map of the dungeon on screen, so like you're always trying to find out what areas you haven't been to, like explore every little inch of the dungeon. So that's a good incentive to keep on exploring.
Right. Well, I mean, just jump in, like, because you played 3 and 4. Did you play 4?
I played like a little bit of 4. I still have it on PS3.
2.
I think. Well, they came out with was it a remaster or just
Golden was Vita?
Why on earth do I have?
Well, you might have downloaded like the PS2 classic.
The PS2 version. I think that's it.
Yeah, and then you can play that on PS3. But yeah, so P3 and P4 have random generated dungeons. They change every time you go in. The floor changes. Mm-hmm. In 5, the main dungeons, the set pieces, those are not randomly generated.
Okay.
They're the same every time you go in, so you just explore all of it. They still do have random generated dungeons. It's called mementos, which is just another type of dungeon in 5, and that's still randomly generated.
Okay.
I haven't got to mementos yet. I haven't unlocked it essentially yet. But that is different as far as I know. Like if you watch the trailers or whatever for Royal, they do add stuff to mementos, so there's a lot of stuff to unpack that I just haven't touched yet, so I have to keep pushing.
Well, I know like it's like I'm glad that it justifies its cost. I know a lot of times some games don't justify the like it's not like they cut any content. They added a bunch of new content, and I mean it's still at a really good quality. So I think a lot of people, like I said, are gonna have fun with that. It makes me want to play. It's kind of weird. So I want to play P5 Royale, but there's like part of me that wants to play P5 original just to see what's different. Like, I played this, but then that's like 200 hours of the same-ish game, right? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I know what you're saying.
You can enjoy it either way.
I would totally recommend. Here's what I recommend: don't play the original. Just play Royal, and then when you're done. Go on the internet and just look up what was different, and then you're like, oh, okay.
See, Alex is thinking smart there, everybody. Thinking smarter, not harder. Working harder.
It's a great game, though. No, I have to say, don't play original if you don't need to. It's like it's $100 game. Like you don't do that. Like don't
do that.
Yeah,
don't do it to yourself unless you have 200 hours. If you've got the time,
Yeah,
You know,
that you
more
are
power
like,
to you.
I'll dedicate that to Persona. Like instead of playing like 2 other games, they're like, okay, fine,
Or
Persona
3 or
and Persona again.
4,
Yeah, depending on the
and
games you're playing, right?
right? But yeah, anything else you've been playing?
Um, no, man, that's it.
Oh man, you didn't mention that duos, man. Apex
Apex is like a game that I don't count anymore as I'm
as a
playing
game.
because it's
As a
like
game.
it's just an ongoing thing that I do, so I don't really count that as a game
It's
that I'm playing. But yeah, no, I haven't been playing Apex Duos. I played a bunch last night and the night
yeah.
before. Um, no, I've been playing a bunch. It's really fun. What's your opinion on Duos so far? How do you feel about it?
Duos is interesting. Like honestly, I like the fact that I don't have to find a third member. Sometimes like I have enough people on my friends list or that we play together in a group that we can get together consistently with 3 of us, but there's that occasion where we can't get the third member and then we're stuck with a random. So we're essentially at that point playing duos
Hmm.
just with a third body. And it depends. We're in Japan, so we either switch to voice chat and talk in Japanese, or we'll, just stay in party chat and we're really playing duos at that point. But I find that it's a lot of fun, that it is slightly different. I don't think there's as much pressure just because like once you take out those 2 people, like that one person, there's the second person's like super close, right?
Yeah, and there's
So
only one guy left. That's what I like. You down one guy
yeah,
and you're like, okay, just one left, and then
just push,
and we're done. Yeah.
Yeah. So I find that it's a lot of fun in that regard. But it is kind of nerve wracking when I'm looting because I know that I don't have anyone else covering. Like there's not that one person who maybe doesn't have the purple death box that they're looking through.
Uh-huh.
They're just like, oh, could be another team coming up. It's we've had some good battles, and we
Yeah.
did get a win. I've gotten a win, so
I
I'm
have
happy.
one. I have one win as well.
We have one win. I
Um,
don't know. What do you think about it?
no,
What
I
do you
mean
think about the hero combinations? Not hero, but legends.
the legend combo, the metas.
Yeah.
I haven't really noticed a meta per se. I've been seeing pretty much the same legends that I would normally see. So a lot of Pathfinders and a lot of Wraiths.
Yeah.
I was originally using Bloodhound because I figured that would be better for duo. That'd be more beneficial for my partner.
Right.
And then I used to play Bloodhound actually. That was my main.
Yeah.
And then I switched to Octane, and then I just started to not play anything other than Octane, and I was so used to Octane.
It's that health.
Yeah, the passive health regeneration is so useful. So anyways, we just weren't performing as well as we should have been. I feel like it was maybe because I'm Bloodhound now, so I switched back to Octane and we've been doing fine.
Okay.
I actually like late last night I experimented with the guy that I usually play with. We never play as Caustic or Watson. We neither of us had purchased them.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's do it.
Did you guys play Cost and Wastic?
We did. We did.
Caustic and Wastic.
We did.
Oh my goodness, I can't say her name.
We did Caustic and Watson, and it was fun. It was really fun.
It just sounds like a horrible. Like I kind of like the idea of Gibraltar and Caustic just because people always rush the dome shield, and I'm just like, you know what? I've got
Drop a trap right in there.
Just drop a trap. Come on in here. Come in this dome. I know you coming in there, but
oh man, yeah. So we were in one of the rooms in it wasn't Capital City, but it was, I can't remember where it was exactly, but it was just one of the houses, the buildings essentially, right around that map.
Right.
And we had a duo rush us. So one person came in first without his partner. And we're like, oh, you came to the wrong town, buddy.
Wrong
Yeah.
place.
So it was like Watson trap, or not traps, but the fences like on all the doors. And then I had like 2 gas canisters, and then I had my ultimate, so I threw down the gas grenade. And then
It just sounds like he just suffocated as he was electrocuted.
yeah, I was like
just walked in and just that was it. Like ugh.
Yeah. So you can have a lot of fun with that duo. I don't think it's very competitive, to be honest. I don't think a lot of people will be using that, but if you want to mess around, it's pretty fun to mess around.
There's definitely some little fun little combinations in there. I'm still running Lifeline throughout it just because, Lifeline Wraith is pretty reliable. They're both pretty nimble in terms of they have smaller hitboxes, and I don't know, I don't fear dropping a care package as much, so I just drop it.
Oh yeah, the care
heal.
package is great. It's great for additional cover actually.
Yeah, it's like that extra little moment. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Bangalore's also been pretty good too.
Yeah.
I can't lie. Bangalore's nice.
So I haven't really seen a lot of like duo meta, but what I will say is that I wish it's a permanent game mode.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's the games to me feel faster.
They like slow down. They felt slower to me, but I don't know. I think maybe overall they're faster.
The gunfights for me just end so fast.
Yeah, they do. The gunfights do end fast though.
Yeah.
That's just because there's only two, and like you said, they're always in the same position. So like, rarely do I find people coming from different angles. They're either hiding behind the same cover, or someone's coming up while the other person's staying back. But it's pretty easy to keep track of where they are and just kind of focus fire on people.
So I'll sure play more duos until it ends. Do you know when it ends? Actually, I'm not sure.
I think it ends next week or this week.
Really? Only a week?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's only a week or 2 weeks.
That's kind of disappointing.
I hope they just add singles and duos
as permanent modes.
The playlist. Yeah, as permanent modes. And if anything, I don't know, maybe change the map size for singles, and then maybe duos have like a medium-sized map, because World's Edge is just too big. Like, it's not like a bad thing. I'm just saying it's big.
Yeah.
Two people.
I would love for different map sizes as well.
And that is our Apex chat of the week. Thank you all you Apex listeners.
Yeah, you can leave now, but don't leave.
It's like, you can leave.
You may leave now. Apex is done. But just in case you also like anime, you can stick around, or what it's like to live in Japan.
We'll live up to the name of our show. For me, I haven't been playing much. I've been continuing on Soma. I will say that the game itself, it's opening up a lot more in terms of the story. I finally understand what's happening. And if you've played Soma, then you know exactly what's happening. But I do like the characters, like their personalities. It has like a Firewatch feel. I think Firewatch came out later, but it's definitely that kind of, two-person dynamic of where you're talking to someone or listening to them through your earpiece or whatever, and hearing, some banter going on while you're also getting story tidbits. But in terms of like scare factor, I think I finally had the first moment where I wasn't scared, but I was just tense. Like, I played for about an hour and a half in this one section, and they do a good job of mixing up puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Like puzzles versus puzzles with a monster trying to get you while you're solving the puzzle. And this was the latter of the two. So I'm trying to get to this room as the monster it's not even like chasing me. It's whenever you look at it, it comes towards you. But when you're not looking at it, it walks away. But it walks back to the room you need to get to.
So it's like the opposite of a Mario ghost then, like a boo. Yeah,
it's the opposite of a boo. But I was just trying to figure out, like, okay, I need to get to this room in this kind of labyrinth of rooms that I was in. There's just a lot of rooms, open doors. Just trying to figure out how to get there, and then how to escape while that thing is running around trying to get you. So I don't know. After I finished that section, I realized I was sweating. And my muscles were just like tense. I was cold. I was in a cold sweat for some reason.
Oh wow, it's crazy.
But that's just me. I'm sure normal people can handle it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anything.
I'm not much of a scary gamer myself. I really won't, play those kind of games if I don't have to. I was scared in BioShock Infinite. Have you played that game?
No. How was it?
So it's not a scary part? It's not a scary game. It's just not a scary game.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be, right?
There's a part I think near the end of the game. I can't remember what the enemy is called. I mean, if you played, I'm sure maybe some of our listeners know exactly what this is, but there's like an enemy that has like a horn for a face. That's all I can describe it as.
What?
But you're in like a dark building with like just mannequins and like what's the word, like the Chuck E. Cheese robot, like the animatronics.
Chuck E. Cheese robot.
Well, not.
I just got like no. I know mascots.
Well, they're not mascots, but animatronics. They're like robots that move.
Animatronics. Yeah. So
you're in like a room with that, and it's really dark, and there's no like there's no really light. There's like a spotlight that you have to avoid, otherwise you get like discovered. And you make it to the end of this area, and then you just turn around and he's right behind you.
Oh man.
It scared me so much. I jumped. I was playing on PC, so I like jerked, instinctively, and then my camera went all crazy because you're playing on a, you're using your mouse and like your camera just
Right.
looks up at the ceiling. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's just that thing of like suspense and horror in games. Not so much horror, but yeah, the suspense aspect that, it's like I found myself looking around the corner more, or just even when I knew it was near me, just kind of slowly moving my camera back to see like, oh, is it there? Check. No. But I don't know. I think I kind of want to play Amnesia next year.
Oh, yeah. Do you have that game? Do you have it?
I do. Yeah. I have it.
Why do you have it?
I've had it. It was one of those Steam sales.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Because every now and then I'll go into my Steam library.
Yeah.
And I'll look at games that I own, and I'll be like, when did I get that game? Like, why is it there?
Why is it there? Did they give this for free?
I don't know, because I have it too. I also have Amnesia. I have it.
Dude, there's some games where I feel like they just give them to you, and you're like, wait, when did I?
Yeah.
Or you bought like a humble bundle or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a humble bundle. It's some kind of giveaway. Like, when did I get this game? So here's a couple of highlights of games that I do not remember buying, but yet I have. Amnesia is one of them for sure.
We need to go down our Steam libraries here. First of all, you should say how many games are in your Steam library.
Oh, well over 200.
Jeez, man,
yeah.
200.
And then like COGs, probably a humble bundle. I think like maybe the first one.
Oh my goodness.
Dirt 3, Dirt Rally.
Why do you bought like a dirt package or a racing?
I think Dirt. I don't really remember. I think they were free on GOG or something maybe. Let's see here.
I'm like trying to open my Steam library.
I don't know what Gish is. I think that's.
Oh, Gish. I think they gave that to everyone. I have Gish too.
Okay. Jet Set Radio. I don't really remember buying, but I feel like I must have purchased it because I was like, oh, I want to play that game, and then I bought it, but then didn't play it. So
I'm wondering if I got. I'm opening my library now just to check.
Yeah,
but I think I have that because the thing is like I've always wanted to play Jet Set Radio. Like, I played it in the past, but that's when I was a kid and I wasn't able to, buy the game.
Yeah,
so yeah. Were you ever one of those kids that just played, like, went to the store or like I don't know, GameStop or in the mall, your local electronics store, and just played a demo for 30 minutes?
No, that was not me. But I used to like have the PlayStation demo discs. I would just play the demo.
Oh, dude, yeah. I have so many of those at home. That magazine, I love Opium.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so Killer's Dead. That's in my library.
Oh, you do? Oh, dude, I would trade you for that.
Well, we can't trade, but yeah, that's not. But no, I have Killer's Dead. I don't really remember paying for that. Must have been a humble bundle or something.
I don't actually remember buying Transistor.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then at least you have Transistor.
It's a good game. I just don't remember when I bought it.
I have Shank. I think that was a humble bundle. Yeah, dude.
Shank is like, I'm just remembering like 2007-ish or something. 2008, 9.
I have Tropico 3 and Tropico 4.
Well, it's good that you have both.
I have The Walking Dead for some reason, like the Telltale game series.
I do have that one. That was on sale. You probably got that back when it was good.
No, I don't remember paying for this, but I have it.
Dude, it's got to be the first. I think it's the first story, or is it all of them together?
It might be just the first one. I don't recall purchasing any of the other episodes, but so I have games here that I just do not remember.
Do you have Jolly Rover?
I probably do. Let me just type that in.
I have no earthly clue how this got in.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it.
What is this? This isn't even something I would even remotely buy or play. It's just Iron Grip Warlord.
Nope, no idea, man. I don't know. Oh, I have that. I have that. I have that game.
I'm telling you, man, they're slipping in the games. They're slipping that game to us.
Is this not free to like? Why do I have this game?
I don't know.
Is this a shooter? Like, what is this? It looks like a shooter.
It looks like a very old and bad shooter. Yes, it is a shooter though.
Oh my god.
Do you have Doc Clock?
Doc Clock?
Doc Clock, the toasted sandwich of time.
I have that, yeah.
See, this is some stuff we would not buy. I'm just saying, just 100%. But it's in our Steam library.
Pretty wild, huh? I have Dragon Age Origins.
See,
wait,
on that.
I own this game. Dragon Age. Oh wait, no, I played it. It says playtime 114 minutes. So I guess I must have just installed it, played it for 2 hours.
That's even worse. Yeah, it's like an old age thing that just happened.
Yeah. I have Earth Defense Force 4.1.
Oh, you can EDF.
Yeah, I should play that.
EDF.
I should play that.
Dude, those chants are amazing.
I should play that. Yeah, I don't know. I have Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, 13, and 15. Jeez. Oh, and Lightning Returns. And Lightning Returns.
And Lightning Returns. We talked about that last week that you were supposed to go back and return to it.
I tried. Yeah, I own that game twice. I own that game twice. Yeah.
Finish the fight.
Well, that's a Halo thing, but yeah.
Man. Well, we dug into our Steam libraries. Those exist with games that we don't even know.
No, I'm not gonna play those games. Don't get me wrong. It's like I'm not gonna play those games. No.
There's 200. Yeah. I mean, if you ever feel that you want to pass it on to your child or
yeah, you inherit my Steam library.
When I'm gone, you can have
all
my Steam games.
My Steam games.
Like even when you hear Steam games, like that everyone has a similar collection where they bought stuff that they didn't really care about or they intended to play. So it's almost like you got hand-me-downs. It's like
kind of, yeah.
Here's some used games.
Yeah.
That have never been played. But yeah, that's all we've been playing. I don't know. Any McDonald's things going on? I don't know. You want to say McDonald's for the end of the show, or you want to say McDonald's for?
Yeah. So here's what we'll do. We'll talk about McDonald's, and then we can take a break and jump into the news.
We'll talk about the Mickey D's.
So McDonald's in Japan recently introduced a chocolate melt dessert thing. Kind of look like. I haven't had them yet. My girlfriend had them. She said they were all right, but they kind of look like cream puffs that are just chocolate and then stuffed with chocolate.
So it's like chocolate with chocolate.
Yeah, I'm sure they're good, but so they also have a spicy chicken burger as a limited time thing right now, and I had that as well, and that's really good. Have you tried it?
Okay, so
you should have it.
I think I've had. That's just the spicy chicken burger, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Isn't it just the same as the chicken crisp that they took off the menu, like that cheap 100 yen, like $1 chicken crisp that they used to have?
Did they take it off the menu?
Or maybe they just took it off the dollar menu. I've had it. Yeah, I had it. It was good. Like, so the sauce, I got to say, McDonald's here in Japan, they don't mess around with the sauces.
They don't mess around. Yeah, serious.
They don't mess around with
serious
the sauce.
Business here. Yeah.
I like the spicy sauces here. They're not too spicy, but they're they have enough tanginess to them that they're good.
So I had the spicy chicken burger, but among the new menu stuff that I really want to try out is something called the Oyako Teriyaki, which is Oyako is like child and parent-child, right?
Right.
But when you talk about Japanese food, it refers to any kind of dish that has chicken and egg in the dish.
Yeah.
Therefore, parent and child. But so they have this burger called the Oyako Teriyaki, which is like a teriyaki chicken like patty with an egg on top. And I just want to try that.
I think the egg, it's like a egg McMuffin like egg, right?
Yeah, it's the same kind of egg. Yeah.
Someone's like, we can combine teriyaki burger and egg McMuffin with the bun. There we go.
They also have what I'm looking at is a spicy teriyaki chicken burger.
I might need to try that one. I did try one of the teriyaki burgers. I think it's just the original one. I did try that. It was all right. So the sauce is good.
It is good.
I want a thicker patty.
Well, here's my complaint with teriyaki burgers in Japan is that they're so messy. They are messy as hell. They're so messy.
The sauce is runny, actually.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's
thick.
Not thick.
It's a runny sauce, yeah.
Yep. It's so messy. So absolutely get extra napkins if you order one of those in Japan.
The sauce makes that burger, though. Like I said, the patty's not thick enough to make it, so the sauce makes it for me.
Yeah. I had McDonald's like couple days ago, so I think I'm overdue. Like I can't have more McDonald's, like otherwise I'll be too fat. But
yeah, man, talk to me about it. I'm tempted to. So this is so weird. So, for listeners, I'm gonna be out of the country of Japan for a little bit.
just going to space.
Going to space.
Just taking
But
turns.
before I leave, I gotta get my Mac. I gotta get that real, authentic Mac.
You talking about wait, authentic as in authentic in Japan or authentic overseas?
See, I like Mac here better than in the U.S.
I gotta say, I gotta agree. Yeah.
The quality here, it's just, I don't know, just it can't be beat. Other than the crazy, why can't you just give me ketchup? Why?
I know what you mean, man. Yeah.
Why do I need to get ketchup? And why are your sizes so small?
I know, and you're like, hey, you order fries, right? And then like back home, there'll be like a pump behind you. You just grab your own ketchup.
Yeah.
And then here,
there's not even a pump here.
There's no pump. And you got to be like, hi, I like ketchup. And they'll be like, what do you mean ketchup? I'm like, for the fries. Like,
and the best part is like when you ask for it, they're gonna give you one, and you have to ask for a second one, or you just have to be like, just say, I want 4 ketchup packets.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it's just a thing that maybe Japanese people don't grasp. You mean they don't, I don't know, man. Whatever.
Just give me some of that ketchup. And yeah, we're gonna come back with news. We fulfilled our obligations. We talked about almost everything but anime.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about anime when we come back. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But we will talk about something fun and interesting. So you can listen, stay tuned, and be sure to support the podcast with the wonderful sponsorship that's coming up.
Yeah.
I love you. All right, we're going to take a break now. See you on the other side. All right, we're back, and we're here with the news. The news.
Do you have a theme song?
I should make one. The news.
I would recommend maybe getting a proper one, but
you mean from a person?
Yeah.
I'm a person.
Sure.
I can make it.
I mean, if you feel like you'll find success with that, go for it.
Alex is encouraging the dreams of many, or myself, or no one. Okay. Well, we're back with the news, as I said, and it's been, I don't know, a slow week. I mean, it's probably slow because everyone's just talking about Death Stranding and more Death Stranding and Death Stranding.
So that game seems pretty polarizing, I would say.
Yeah, I have not gotten it yet. I'm probably gonna, honestly, I'll get it next year. It'll be PS5 and I'm playing it probably.
Well, I mean, the PS5 is backwards compatible, so yeah, nothing's stopping you.
Exactly. I'm in a good spot there. Yeah, that's been the main highlight for a lot of news sites. But Polygon decided to post their kind of media in review. So they have the top 100 best games of the decade. So from 2010 to 2019. They also have movies and anime, which I do encourage. The anime and movies list is pretty good. The movie list is more or less good. I think you might have seen a lot of the stuff on the list, except for some things the editors really like a lot. But we're here to talk about games, and this is a long list.
It is a really long list. I don't think we should go through it, but I mean, why don't we start by you just looking at the list and then reading out some highlights, whether you or not you agree with them.
Okay. So we're just going to start with number 100 as the base. So base for 100 is Virginia.
I've never heard of this game.
It came out. Some people kind of heard about it. It's only 2 hours long, but I don't know. That's the base. It's an indie game.
And that's the 99. Top one. That's the 100th best game of the last 10 years.
That's the 100th best game. Number 99 is Life is Strange. So just land that out. Number 97 is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
So that game came out 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Yeah, I think it was, pretty good in terms of how people like it. I mean, it's definitely more casual base.
I think everyone that I know that is playing it is like really enjoying it.
Like right?
Really enjoying it. I don't know anyone who's just like, oh yeah, the game was alright. I literally don't know anyone who's just like, they didn't like it. So
we've I don't know. I think it's good. I want to play it. I know I've enjoyed playing Fire Emblem Heroes, but that's mobile. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm scrolling down the list a little bit more. We have Walking Dead. Resident Evil 7 is number 90. I'm kind of actually surprised about that.
7 is 90.
7 is 90. I figured it'd be higher just because I mean it kind of brought everything back in terms of Resident Evil.
Well, that was the 2018 game, right? 2018.
2018, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the last
right.
like 10 years, so it's up against like anything that came out from 2010 up until now. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like my nostalgia like talking, but I feel like the early 2010s had a lot of good games. Like Mass Effect 3 was like barely made that cut.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3 is barely on there in terms of that coming out around that time. And Monster Hunter World is 88. I'm not...
Again, that's a 2018 game.
Oh, man. I am happy to see Gravity Rush because I've been playing it. This is Gravity Rush 2. It's round number 76.
I need to finish Gravity Rush 2. I started it, but I never finished it.
Oh, but I found your Mass Effect. It's 72. Mass Effect 2.
That was a 2010 game? When did that come out? I feel like it didn't make the cut.
Mass Effect 2 came out on
2010,
Google Sensei.
2010.
Yeah, 2010. January 26, 2010. So it's just barely on there.
It's a good game. Have you played it?
No. So I do have it on Steam, I think.
Good.
No. I have one on Steam and then I have 2 on PlayStation.
Ideally, you want to have all your games on the same platform because you carry over your save file.
Well, remember for like PlayStation fans, that was just not possible.
Oh, right.
Remember, it was just like only if you played on Xbox.
Right.
You're set
I think for PS3 players, they had a thing where like you could
do some multiple choices.
Yeah, it was like basically that. So all the major choices in the game, you would just choose them, and then it would like, oh, here's your save file, and then it would pass over your choices to the second game.
Right. I don't know. How do you feel about Metal Gear Solid 5? The Phantom Pain is 68. And Death Stranding is 53.
So I actually
it just came out like
yeah. So I really like Metal Gear Solid. I'm not gonna say I really like Hideo Kojima because of his games. I've really only played Metal Gear Solid.
Right.
So I think Death Stranding
you've played Zone of the Enders, right?
I have, yeah, and it's a fun game. It's not really, really good. I would say it's just good. But I'm a fan of Metal Gear Solid. I think those games are great. They're well produced, and the gameplay loop for those games are just really fun.
Right.
So Death Stranding, I think, like other people like me, is our first chance to get a taste of what kind of games Hideo Kojima can make when he's not making Metal Gear Solid.
Right.
But I don't think Death Stranding should have been on this list. It's too new. It just came out, and we haven't had time to digest it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, people are still trying to figure out what it is.
A lot of people haven't even finished it, played it at all. So like, I feel like the impression that you get when you buy a game, when you're playing it for the first week, is maybe you might have a really good impression about it.
Yeah.
And then as you have time to digest it, and maybe you've finished it and you've thought about the story and the ending, that might change your opinions. Maybe you look back on a game like a year later and you're like, oh, well, in retrospect, the game wasn't so good. So right. I don't think Death Stranding should have made the list. It's too new.
It's too new. And I don't know, number 59. So, a little bit close to the halfway mark, Last of Us. I feel like Last of Us should be higher. For me, it was a game that I really enjoyed in terms of the character dynamics, the story, and just how it played out. Everything about it the tone. I mean, there's so much hype around Last of Us 2, or maybe hype left, however you want to put it, that I feel like it does deserve to be higher than, just 59. So
yeah, I mean, I like Last of Us. I played it on PS3, 4, PS3.
You could have played it on both, but yes,
Yeah,
PS3.
it was on both. It was on both. I'm trying to figure. I think I did play it on PS3. It was like one of the last games that I played on PS3. So, no, I enjoyed it. It was great. It was a good game. It was for sure, I think, a very memorable game for a lot of players, and in that, well, 2013. Holy crap, it came out. Wow, it's a long time ago. Holy
yeah,
crap.
it's 2013.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's 2013. I don't even remember what happened in 2013. I think I just moved to Japan, maybe.
Yeah, well, I had not just moved to Japan, but it was earlier in my stay, I guess. But no, I mean,
It's crazy.
the list is weird. I don't agree with many of this list. So if anyone wants to guess what the number one game, the top like game of the last
You're going to have a hard time.
Let's just take a moment. Let's give the audience a little bit of a thinking time.
Thinking time.
So what do you think? What do you think
Yeah.
is the best top game of the decade? Wrong. It's Minecraft.
Dang. And that hit number one.
Yeah.
I mean, so here's the thing. So I'm continuing to go just a little bit through some of the stuff like Skyrim, all the franchise stuff is pretty much where you expect it to be. Even like the new God of War, Destiny 2, like I'm not sure why Destiny 1, I don't think it's on the list. Bloodborne is on the list in the 30s. Doom, all these games that you really love. Journey, I'm surprised Journey came out. But the higher you start going in this list, 17, Persona 4 Golden, 16, Nier Automata, you start to then realize, oh, wait, number 11, player, PUBG, and then the top 10 is Battle Royale heaven. So Fortnite, well, Witcher 3, debatable.
And then
Dark Souls, PT is on the list.
PT is on there, yeah.
PT is on the list at number 7. League of Legends, Pokemon Go. I don't even know what this Kentucky Route Zero is. Why it's number 4, I don't know. I guess I have to play it. Spelunky is number 3. Breath of the Wild is number 2, and then Minecraft.
Yeah, so I think what the criteria for these games is cultural impact. And if we're talking,
how do you describe Spelunky?
I would not have included it in the top 50, but that's not my list. But I mean, like, I can understand Minecraft. I can understand the reasoning for Minecraft. I don't agree with it, but I can understand why they've chosen it.
Yeah,
it's just because of the cultural impact.
The cultural impact
of Minecraft is huge, so I see why they put it there.
It really did change the conversation on games, and well, not on games. It changed games for the next generation.
Yeah,
everyone who for us it was Mario. We started off with Mario, Sonic, and then we went up from there. Right, that's how we fundamentally know gaming. But for kids now, they know Minecraft. They know how to, any type of kind of build a block game similar to Minecraft, and then mobile games, right? Those are their games.
Right.
And like when people are like, oh yeah, have you played Minecraft? I just don't understand. When I look at it, it just doesn't say anything to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I cannot get into it.
I couldn't get into it. I tried. I'm the kind of gamer that I require a set kind of goal. So I do prefer linear games, like a little more than open world games. I remember when Minecraft like first came out, and I had a guy try to get me to play with him, and he's like, "Oh, let's play Minecraft." I'm like, "Okay." What do you do? He's like, "Oh, you can do anything. You can build this house. You can build whatever you want." And then I was like, "Okay, but why though? Why would I want to do that? What's the point?"
What's the point? And it's so strange, but we've seen a lot of. Well, I don't think we've seen a lot of copycats. We've seen a couple of games, for like Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah.
To be one, but they added story. There's a story there, and then eventually Minecraft does have a story mode now.
It does, yep.
So there, you know, a lot of things it's evolved, but it's definitely, Minecraft, I can see in cultural impact it being number one, but then I'm not sure why Breath of the Wild is number two.
Well, I don't understand why Pokemon Go is number 5. Number 5, Pokemon Go.
And the biggest mystery is Kentucky, but barring Kentucky over here, like Pokemon Go,
Like,
I think
I refuse to say Pokemon Go was a better game than Nier Automata. Like, I don't... Why, like,
the number 17 or 18 on the list, Nier.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, so when you notice that how they and this goes into a bigger question of, you know, games journalism here, is when you look at this list and it says clearly the best games of the decade, right?
Yeah.
And it's numbered, you know, it's numbered 1 through, you know, 100. Whereas when they talk about the best movies of the decade, they use the best movies of the decade according to us.
And
there's
it's
no
not
numbering.
numbered, yeah.
They have each editor say their top 10 list, and only the number one on their list, you know, they explain like, okay, this is why I chose this. So like, I you know, this is something that I am really interested to hear your opinion on. Like, what do you think about these lists? What do you think about list as being numbered versus unnumbered? Like, I don't know, what do you feel? Like, what do you feel about this list?
Well, I mean,
how should it have been done?
How should the games have been done? I think we could have done just the top 10 and not had like 90, like from 89 to 100.
Yeah.
But when you look at a list that's not numbered, best movies, best whatever, and it's not numbered, the psychological effect is that all these movies or whatever they're listing is of equal standing. These are 10 great movies, and they're all equally good. But when you have numbers next to these titles, you're like, 1 is better than 2, which is better than 3. And I think that's when you get into a lot of arguments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, I just generally do not agree with this list that they have for games.
It's a special list. I mean, like, the games on the list, I think all deserve to be there. I still don't know how Horizon Zero Dawn isn't on the list.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the games are bad. Like, when I look at like number 14 for Mario 3D World or whatever, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying Breath of the Wild's a bad game, or I'm not saying Death Stranding's a bad game. I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with this ranking.
The ranking. Yeah, it then becomes a contention of, you know, the ranking instead of, you know, just talking about, okay, this game was pretty cool. Like, we all enjoyed these games. Like you said, on even standing. So it's, I mean, if you want to go check out Polygon, I do love Polygon for a lot of their stories that they do in depth, their original stories.
Like Towerfall was on this list. Have you played Towerfall?
No, I haven't played it.
It's good. It's fun. No, I mean, it's a really fun game.
It's just a multiplayer, right?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. But is it better than Dishonored 2? Maybe not. Like, so.
when we really get down to it, I think. Wait, let me go back to the number 4 on this list.
It's Towerfall ranked higher than Bloodborne. Like, really try to digest that right now.
I can't, because I played Bloodborne this year and loved it so much.
Yeah. Titanfall. It was the first. Well, Titanfall 2's on this list. I'm happy about that. But, like, it's just.
Alex is like, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't.
Oh man, yeah. It is one of those things. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to find this Kentucky Route Zero game and I am going to play it.
Yeah, and I'll check in with you, and like, it is number 4. It deserves it 100%.
This came in. This was in January 2013. What? Okay, I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna play this game.
It's $30 on. I'm looking at it right now. It's $30
on Steam.
On Steam, with mixed reviews.
Dang. This was someone's personal love here, Chris Plant.
Well, I mean, some of these reviews aren't helpful. Like, this one guy says, thumbs down, scam, played for 7 hours. So, okay. I mean, maybe not credible, but this one says, okay, 8.1 hours on record, not recommended. This says, game is actually one hell of a surreal experience. Unfortunately, between the episodes, it takes eternity with no communication from the devs. Oh, well, he's not really ranking the game then. Or he's not.
So no one's like actually ranking the game.
He's kind of complaining that the episodes are kind of coming out really slow, but maybe that's not fair to judge a game based on the dev team, but we do anyways.
So, I guess that's one good thing that comes out of these lists is that you can always look and be like, I don't know why this is where it is, but hey, maybe it you know, like for me, I want to see, so I want to play that game and check out, okay, why is it number whatever. But I will say we can't ignore the trend of the Souls, like just everything is hard. That was the tale of the decade.
I agree. Opinion. Yeah, I agree. That for sure is a brand new genre. I think that's really come into play in the last 10 years.
Just that, and when it's done right, it's beautiful. When it's done horribly, it's just horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, so I'm not typically I don't really enjoy those games. I respect those games. I respect the genre, and I understand that people really enjoy them, and I understand why. I really know why people love them, but I personally just can't really get into them. That being said, though, I started playing Neo recently because it's free on PlayStation Plus right now.
Oh,
good game. Actually good, yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great game. I picked it up on PlayStation Plus. I won't be able to play it for a while, but
you've never played Neo before, right?
I played the alpha and then the beta
of Neo 1. Neo 1
of Neo 1.
Yeah.
Neo 1, yeah,
and you liked it.
At that time, I didn't understand how to play a Souls-like game.
Okay. And then don't get hit and don't do stupid things. Yeah.
Yeah, and then because like my mind, I'm coming at it from
like an action perspective.
Action. Yeah. Games, so I'm just like go in on them. I know I'm not supposed to, but if I do it right, I can make it work. And I played Bloodborne 4 or 5 times. I started playing it, and then it finally clicked with me. It's okay to like go in, get one hit, go back out.
Yeah, that's really how you should be taking your fights. You should not be attacking more than you should be. You'll get punished for it.
And you know it too. You're like, I'm going to hit one more. And that's what's cool about Bloodborne is that you don't get punished for attacking. It's actually a good thing in terms of getting your health back up. But yeah, it's a Team Ninja game. We talked about that last episode. So I'm looking forward to going back in with the mindset that I have now of how to actually play these kind of games.
You'll like it way more. I guarantee it. You'll like it a lot.
Yeah. I also played Sekiro, so Sekiro is like super fun. But anyways, on to the next one. I think you have some Pokemon news.
Yeah.
Pokemans.
Yeah, some Sword and Shield is rolling out pretty soon here, like in 7 days. Oh boy.
Told you.
But yeah, Toby Fox is on the official Pokemon channel a couple days ago. They showed like a clip. Well, I mean, they put up a clip on YouTube of a track that Toby Fox made for the game. Toby Fox, by the way, just in case you know that name but don't know it, it's the guy who made Undertale.
Right.
And I have no idea how this happened. I don't know why it happened, but Toby Fox and Game Freak are suddenly like buddies. Because Game Freak earlier this year put out a game called Little Town Hero. Little Town.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, and the soundtrack is Toby Fox. He just did the soundtrack.
Oh, so it's like, hey, we want you to do another one.
And then he's like,
a song.
Yeah, and then they did a song for Pokemon. So that's bizarre. I just feel like, he's an indie developer. He's only made 2 games, I believe, Undertale and Deltarune.
Was the Deltarune? Which one was before? Was Deltarune first?
Undertale came out first.
Okay.
So he's only done 2 games, and I believe, he squarely fits in indie developer because he did the music, he did the story, he did everything. He made those games.
Right.
And, really well received. There's a ton of Undertale merch you can buy now, shirts and figures and all that kind of stuff. And then Japanese players loved it. Like it went well in Japan. People really like Undertale here. And apparently
really love themselves some Undertale here.
And apparently, I mean, Game Freak themselves loved it so much. They're like, I want that guy. I want that
guy for a song. It's kind of weird. Like it's just a One song, I guess.
Well, I figured it would. I mean, I understand why. I think it would be weird if they were like Pokemon Sword and Shield with soundtrack by Toby Fox. Like that would be pretty. Yeah,
That would be.
that'd be really.
It's like the entire internal music department's like. Hey,
yeah, it's like we'll just we'll just pass
here.
it off to you, Toby. You take it from here. Like, so it would be weird if he did the whole soundtrack. But it's cool that he's on the soundtrack for Sword and Shield. I mean, good for him, right? I mean, it's just one guy.
Seriously,
and,
like
yeah.
Shows what you can do when you have effort and when you know.
Yeah, and this is Pokemon we're talking
pushing.
about. This is like the biggest multimedia franchise in the world, and then Toby Fox, one dude, is now part of its history.
That's crazy. The other crazy thing is Ryza. Because I can't say the full name. What is it?
Atelier.
Atelier?
It's a French.
Atelier?
It's a French word. I think that means like workshop or something like that.
Workshop. Well, Ryza came out, what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
You're talking about the
maybe?
English release, or you're talking about the Japanese release?
I believe the English release.
Yeah, so the English release was 2 weeks ago, maybe? I can't remember. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
And then the Japanese release was probably closer to 6 or 7 or something.
Well, it looks like she's getting some DLC. The party, the girls, getting some good looking
Yeah.
I don't know, in the winter, like.
So I mean, there's been a bunch of DLC packs. This is not the first one. So this is the third
one.
DLC pack. But I figure this one will be a little of importance to some fans because this is the swimsuit pack.
Swimsuit in the winter.
So every playable character gets swimsuits. That includes the males, by the way. And I know maybe you can put this in the show notes or something. But so one of the characters, one of the male characters in this game, his swimsuit is ridiculous because it's like super tight trunks and he's like ripped. He's like 8-pack ripped. And like
8-pack.
He's like showing off more skin than Ryza, and he's like, if we're talking about like sexualized characters, this guy is sexualized. Like he's on another level. Yeah, man.
I'm looking at some of them and it's just like, so thick girls she had some other thick components.
Yeah, no, Ryza, so Ryza has her swimsuit too. It's not too sexy. It's not like Dead or Alive level revealing.
Yeah.
It's a bathing suit. It's what you expect, and she has kind of like a skirt thing. It's not really that sexy.
It's nice.
And then
it's for every.
Yeah, it's it's fine. It's a bathing suit. But then you have like Rento here. I don't know what his English name is. Like Lent, maybe Rent. I don't know what his English name is, but
Please let his name be Lent.
He has. I'm really not kidding here. I don't know if you're looking at the screenshot right now, but he has trunks. They're super tight. And they're low rise, so they're barely coming up over of his waist. So they're low rise trunks. They're tight, and that's pretty much it. He's got like a 8-pack. He's like muscle bound. Yeah.
I almost want to ask, like, do they realize who's mainly playing the game? But I don't know. I guess like this. I think this has been their most successful version, right? Of Ryza, not Ryza, but of
Atelier
of the series.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think it is too.
So they definitely got a lot more fans enjoying it. I know I've been on some forums or some chats, and people really do love the game.
Yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's like making anyone go like, "Oh my goodness, you must buy it," but I think it's a solid game from what I'm hearing.
No, I think it's pretty fun too. It's an easy RPG to get into. It's pretty enjoyable. If you are curious about it, if you're drawn in to buy the character design, whether that be Ryza or whether that be this super sexy dude here, that's fine. You can enjoy games however you wish to enjoy them, but it's an okay game. I think you'll like it.
There we go. You heard it from Alex himself. Give Miss Thick a chance, everyone. I'm calling her Miss Thick
for her thighs.
For her thighs.
No, I mean like her design is great. It's
it's like the character designer was just like, I know.
Oh my god! So there's a quote. There's a quote on the internet where the producer of the game, he was just like, I'm surprised people find her so sexy, and I'm like, no, that's man, f you. Like that's it's straight BS, man. Because he was just like,
really?
Yeah, he's like,
you didn't.
Yeah. I was like, I'm surprised people think she's hot. I'm like, oh my god, no, you don't. Don't you dare. Like, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
she's rocking every asset that you could.
Yeah, no, straight up. Yeah, every asset
that you could have.
Yeah,
she's rocking them.
Anyways,
with a cute face. Anyways,
well, if you like anime games, like probably if you like anime games, maybe you're into Persona 5 Royal, but that game's not out in English, right? Maybe you don't. Maybe you just like you're not gonna play it in Japanese.
I'm listening. What's coming next?
And you're like, I gotta wait for Persona 5, so I need something to fill the gap, and this is what's gonna fill the gap. You just play this, yeah.
Oh, just play this.
It's not as good as Persona 5, but it's a great game. I mean, not great. It's fun. You'll have fun with it. So,
Alex is leaving glowing reviews right there. Next up, we're gonna not browse through some news. We're gonna blow through some news. Another Twitch streamer left for YouTube this time.
For YouTube, so not Mixer. Sorry, he's leaving for YouTube.
For not Mixer, going to YouTube. This is
interesting choice.
Courage. I don't know how you say it. It's Courage, but it's like the C and the R uppercase. Anyways, Mr. Dumblaw, he's leaving for YouTube, and his YouTube channel already has like almost 2 million people.
Oh, so subscribers. That's the instant gold play button right there.
Yeah. So he's already, his content, which is mainly just what he was posting on Twitch, his streams, but re-uploading them to YouTube and then maybe tweaking some things here and there to make them interesting or more interesting, however you want to put it.
I hope he does more content than just Twitch archives though, because that's not what a YouTube channel should be, I think.
Right. And he's, I don't know, maybe trying to do some more things than just stream Fortnite is what it seems like. But his main reason was he just doesn't want to be, he said, I don't want to get stagnant and feel like I'm stuck in some 9-to-5 job. So, good luck. Enjoy. I mean, you're already on almost 2 million people anyway. So, I mean, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube better mail him his gold button like right away, because I guess he earned it.
Get your gold on. Get your gold on. Get your gold on. Okay. Anyways, so that did happen. I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world because it's YouTube, which isn't as big, of course, as, even Mixer or, Twitch, of course. But it's bigger than Facebook, and that's okay. Gosh, if one of them goes to Facebook.
Yeah, I think
that would be
Facebook is an interesting choice.
Amazing. That would be a pretty funny choice. And also, Keanu Reeves decided to get some more voice lines in.
Well, I don't think he himself decided, but I think they gave him more lines. Yeah.
He apparently he was liking the role of Johnny Silverhand so much, and he said before that he's actually gotten into the character a little bit and kind of put his spin on the character himself. Things went so well that he's gotten more voice lines, or they made more voice lines for the role of Johnny Silverhand. And this was like via an Italian voice actor at the Lucca Comics and Games Festival. He said that his voice acting lines had doubled from what they originally were. So, yeah. I guess we're going to see Johnny Silverhand lots and lots of times in Cyberpunk. He's in your head anyway, so, I mean, there's no reason why he can't be everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk as well. I'm pretty curious.
The game upon games. And I don't know. There's not really anything else I have left. Apex had a patch, and I'm happy you can use legend tokens to do something. That's it. You can use them to re-roll your daily challenges up to... Well, you can do as many times as you want, but,
as long as you have legend tokens, yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, who doesn't have legend tokens by now?
I mean, I spent all mine on Caustic, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. I have, 120,000.
I don't play that much, so I don't actually have that many.
I'm literally sitting here I'll just keep rolling for the heck of it. I don't even care anymore. Just roll.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to spend them. But that's it. I don't have any other things in news. I don't know. Do you have anything?
Not really. I sent a link over to you about the remaster for Romancing Saga 3. So this game is coming out on literally everything. So like PS4, Vita, Switch, Steam, Xbox One, Android, iOS.
I love how it's even like Vita TV.
Yeah. So it's not even worth. No, it says Vita TV Hitayo, so it's not on Vita TV.
Oh, okay. No, okay, never mind. It's not on Vita TV.
But I just wanted to point this
Why would
out.
they?
So there's a list here that says like, oh, the strengths of each platform. And then for PS4 and Vita, it's just like, oh, cross save and trophies.
I love the Nintendo Switch one.
Yeah, and then we'll get to that. And
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
And then for Steam, it's like, oh, you can use, it has trading cards and achievements and stuff, right, for Steam. And then for Xbox One, it's like you can use Xbox Play Anywhere. There's also the achievements as well. And then
hero stats, stuff like that.
And then for Nintendo Switch, it says nothing.
Tokuninashi.
Yeah.
Tokuninashi.
So for Switch,
nothing like, in particular.
Nothing,
Just
nothing good about it. So it's like, here's what like the benefits of this and benefits of this and benefits of Switch. Oh, nothing.
But it's a weird. It's like super weird because like honestly, the PlayStation Vita one, like why would you say that it doesn't have support for PS Vita TV?
Yeah,
like, why is that
this
on
Switch
the
is
list?
funny. So in Japanese it says Tokcho, which means like the strengths, right?
Yeah.
And then in the list it says like Vita TV not supported, as if it was a strength.
Like if it was a strength, like what is this list? Some of these are good. Like the Steam one, it says what is this? You can play. Yeah, you can play it 11 the 12th in Japan.
Yeah,
November 12th.
Just because.
How is that a strength? Like what?
How's that a strength? Yeah, it's the list is probably poorly titled, but
I'm confused.
Anyway, so that's we're in Japan, so that'll be on in 2 days for us. Are you curious in playing this kind of game? This is not a new game; it's a remaster of.
No, it's an old.
Yeah, oldie. But does this kind of thing appeal to you? Are you like, oh, I would love to go back and play a Super Nintendo RPG?
I haven't played any of the Saga series. I know that Saga is very beloved, well, certain Saga games are, not all of them.
Yeah,
I think,
not
right?
Unlimited, right? We don't really talk about Unlimited.
So for me, like I could go back and play it, but since I'm not like that much into the franchise, then I gotta pass. For me, I don't know about you.
I've never played 3, so I think what is appealing for Western players is that this is the very first time you can play this in English.
First time it's released?
In English, yeah. So you can play Romancing Saga 3 for the first time in English. So if you're, if you're across the ocean and you're like, finally, I've been waiting how many years, right? Like 20 years or something?
Forever. I've been waiting forever.
Yeah. So this is exciting for, I think, retro gamers. This is, a little, this is kind of monumental.
So the English, do we know if they're, well, it doesn't say on this story who's doing the localization. I'm guessing it's going to be, I don't know who it's going to be.
I suspect it's in-house.
I hope it's good.
I hope
it's good.
It's Square Enix, so I suspect it's in-house. I don't think Square Enix outsources, do they?
I don't think they do. I know that they've gotten a lot better with their localization department over the years, so.
Yeah, I was talking to my girlfriend, but FF7 was one dude, right? One dude.
Bless his heart. I hope he got. The worst part is he did not probably get paid any extras like after that, because like localization is just part of the game. They don't get paid, or they might all get bonuses or something, but it's not like music where they're continually making money off of. Yeah,
there's no royalties. So every time Square Enix sells a copy of 7, it's not like he gets trickle down money or anything.
If he did, he would just be like, I just worked on 7. I'm sorry it was a bad translation, but I'm happy.
Yeah. So Tim Rogers over at Kotaku.com, if you guys haven't seen this, he did an excellent video series comparing the English and the Japanese scripts of FF7. It's called Lost in Translation. I highly recommend it. Very interesting. So what he does is he'll play a scene in Japanese, and then he'll show the same scene in English. And he'll explain what was changed. If there was an error in the translation, he'll explain probably what happened. And he'll just go over, and then he'll do his own better translation or something like that. It's really interesting. So if you guys are curious about what changed, what it's like to be a translator, if you're learning Japanese actually, and you kind of want to conceptualize how things work out in your head, I highly recommend checking it out. It's called Lost in Translation over at Kotaku.
And there you go. There you have it. That's going to wrap it up this week for us. As always, thanks for joining, listening, and for your support here on the Unknown Games podcast. You can always find us on Twitter at UGP_cast. And of course, you can find us on Anchor at anchor.fm/UGP UGPcast. We want to hear from you, please.
Yeah, leave a message.
Leave a message.
Maybe it'll just be me. Well, who knows?
Episode 10 is coming up, everyone.
Yeah, you guys are so hot.
I want some messages from anyone except from Alex.
Okay.
But no, Alex, please send the message. We might not have any.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
And of course, you can also find the podcast on any app that you may have for listening to podcasts. You can find us on Apple, iTunes.
Oh, did you say Apple? Apple?
Yeah.
You tried, man.
I tried really hard.
Yeah.
You can find us on Apple Podcast or iTunes, whatever you want to call it, Google Podcast, and of course, Anchor, Spotify. We're now on Stitcher, so you can also listen to us there, and Overcast, or I don't know, Breaker. There you go. So many different things.
Yeah, man, whatever. So you guys have no excuse.
No excuse not to listen.
Well, except for YouTube, but you know,
except for YouTube.
We're working on that. We're working on that actually. So we're
working on a YouTube. If you got any hints, if you have any things that you want to see on a YouTube channel for podcasts, because that's something of the younger generation. I'm sorry,
the hip kids, yeah.
The hip kids.
Yeah.
I listen to my podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm finding out my friends also do it as well, so I'm just late to the party.
But yeah, if you guys have anything that you'd like to see or whatever, let us know, and we'd be happy to make some content.
There we go. So once again, check back with us next week. Remember, new episodes Friday here in Japan, and I think that's it. Have a good day, everyone. A good week. And remember, whatever you do, put something good into the world. Enjoy what you do. Play games, and you set the tone. Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.
Peace.